Directors! My name is Jessica Dunn Fisher in Kansas City, and I am here to give you an example, just a taste of what I am attempting to do in lieu of having my formal parent reception that was scheduled for April 1st that I will not be able to do now. So I have recorded a long version of what I'm about to do for you, and I'm happy to share that as well, but it's pretty lengthy. But right now I am going to do the top 5 or the top 6 questions that so many of us do get at our parents' reception, and kind of give an example of how you could create this for yourself, and this may work for you. Okay, so hello Kansas City. Thank you for joining us for this virtual parents reception. My name is Jessica Dunn Fisher, and I am the director of this chapter of the National League of Junior Cotillions. I am here to answer the frequently asked questions that usually come at our parent reception, and hopefully this will give you the answers that you need before we open up registration on April 2nd. So the first question I have, do I need a formal invitation in order to enroll my child? Absolutely not. Not at all. If you found us on social media or if you heard about us from a friend, come on down. I have a place on my website. It's nljc.com/chapter/Greater Kansas. And if you go there and you scroll down, there's a place that says interested in learning more, and you click under there and you fill in the fields, and it sends an email to me, and I have scanned the document that everybody has that we've been referring to. It's the invitation packet. I've scanned that and put it into a PDF that I can email you, and because we are close to the registration date and I want you to be able to have it before then, I am going to go ahead and email that to you instead of sending it via USPS, because I'm afraid it wouldn't make it there on time. So I do have that available, and just go through those channels. It will send it to me and I will send an email to you. But tell everyone you know. Anyone that thinks this is a match for their child, I would love to have them join me. I would. Number 2, will my child be with their schoolmates? My answer is very likely so. Yes. Inside of the packet that I sent out on the insert, it does state that you may request one friend, and if that friend requests your child, then I can guarantee they will be together. And that is a true statement. That is. However, I also want to explain that when I make my groups, I do group them by school. Just naturally, I do that. So I print out a card for every student whose registration comes in. I then put them in piles by school, so lady, gentleman, lady, gent, and I put a post-it on top that has the number, and then I puzzle piece them together with another school that maybe has an opposite ratio, put them together, and then I look for a school that maybe has an even number and put them together, and that is group A, and then I'll be assigning the time and the location to group A. And so yes, very likely they will be with their schoolmate unless someone has made a request and that particular group is not on the night that this person has requested. And if that's the case, I do always reach out to the parent and say, would you prefer for Jane to be in class with her schoolmates, or do you really need her to be on a Wednesday night? And then they let me know. Perfect. I'm able to work with that. Next question, what do I teach in a class? Okay, my season consists of 5 classes and then a winter ball and a spring ball. So inside of each class, it's an hour and a half long. We do a little bit of etiquette, a little bit of social dance. They're learning the foxtrot and the swing dance. And then we have a refreshment time where our chaperones are hosting the table. So the students are paying compliments to them. And then the students come back in, they sit down, they're talking to their peers on either side of them. We do a little bit more etiquette instruction, a little bit more dance, and this program is very interactive. This is designed for students this age and designed for students in this time, right now, the time we are living in. It is designed for that. The flow is designed to go transition to transition to transition, very interactive with students coming in to do skits or to be examples of what it is we're learning. And I have high school assistants that are coming and they're role models, they're helping them with the dancing and all of that. And so that is what a typical class looks like. I have about 30 ladies, 30 gentlemen per group, okay? And then they have the winter ball. So they come to the winter ball. I've grouped some of my groups together, and that is a bigger affair. That is a more formal affair. So we are in the big ballroom at the country club, and they have corsages and boutonnieres. We have a DJ, we have a professional photographer, we have dance contests, we have golden trophies that I pass out. My assistants are the judges, and so we have these that we give out for best foxtrot and best swing dance. And so that's a more formal event. And then they come back February, March for classes, regular class time classes during the week. And in that March class, that is what we call class 5. And in that class, we invite the students, invite someone to join them for the last 30 minutes of class. So the ladies are inviting their father or grandfather or uncle or close family friend, and the gentlemen are inviting their mother or their grandmother or aunt or a close family friend. That person comes to join us at the end of class 5, because at that point they have now learned everything that is a part of the coursework. And the spring ball is a place where they are going to be showing us and showcasing all of these skills that they have learned. So this guest comes to join us for the last 30 minutes of that March class, and we teach them the foxtrot. And then they go home and they practice it together, and they come and join us again for the last 45 minutes of the spring ball. So they come, we do a foxtrot. There's a foxtrot contest for the golden trophy. I have a lady plus guest golden trophy. I have a gentleman plus guest golden trophy, and my assistants are the ones that are the judges for those competitions. And it's just it is a really fun, special time for our students to really show you what it is that we've been working on all year long. Let's see. My child has allergies. Can you accommodate them? I can. I'm so glad that you asked. So during each refreshment time, I do serve cookies and punch. And the cookies that the club makes they do not have nuts in them, but they are not made in a nut-free facility. So I do provide also an Enjoy Life cookie. And this is a cookie recommended to me by a mom with a student with allergies several years ago, and she showed me how many items are not in this. So this cookie has actually been able to serve most of my students. So when they come up to the refreshment table, I have a little pedestal. So all these cookies are on a platter. There's a little pedestal with a plate on top of it with these cookies, saran wrap over it, and this box is right behind it so the students know what that is. And ahead of time, I have sent a photo of all the sides of the cookie box so they can review the ingredients and everything ahead of time. But in case someone in the moment wants to do a double check, that information is right there for them. In the event that this cookie does not meet the needs of your child, I have had a parent or two in the past who have brought a cookie from home, placed it on the plate that I provide, put saran wrap on it, put a Post-it on it with their child's initials, and then their child, when they've come through the refreshment line, they've been able to take that and sometimes either take the saran wrap off right there, or sometimes they take it all the way with them, and they can go through the refreshment line feeling comfortable, confident, and safe, which is my main objective for them for sure. Now for the winter ball and for the spring ball, I also have provisions in place to give them a heads up of what I am serving and what is in it, and I send that out ahead of time so the families can look. And then also I do have a station at the ball that all of my students with allergies will go to that particular station, and the chaperone behind the table right there is what I'm calling my allergy advocate. It is a parent that has a student with allergies, so they are used to reading labels, and they have all of the labels right there, the same labels that I've sent ahead of time for everyone to review. In case the students want to look at it right there on site, the parent can help them navigate that. And so we are able to take care of all of that, and we have had luck with that. So yes, do not let that deter you from coming to join us If you have something else that we need to be doing, I'm willing to work with you and we can team up and do a best practices for your student and make that work. Let's see. Another question I always get, makeup opportunities. Do I have those? I absolutely do. I teach 8 sections of 7th graders and 2 sections of 8th graders. So there are always opportunities for makeups. I build in a few places per class for makeups. So if you get the schedule and you realize you have a makeup or a conflict in October, just send me an email and say, Jessica, John is unavailable to join us or join you in October on October 7 with group 2. Could he attend the class on October 12th at this time? And so then I'll look on my spreadsheet, I'll see if I have the space. If I do, I'll say, yes, absolutely, let's plan on it. If I do not, then I would put John on the wait list for that class, and then I would let you know what other classes I do have spaces available in, and you can let me know if any of those work for you. And if they don't, it's not ideal, but it's still okay because each student has this workbook where they are working through the coursework after they have attended class. So with the newsletter that I write every month that you will receive, and above the newsletter there are links to all of the dance steps that we go over every month. They can practice, well, they'll read that newsletter with you, work through this workbook with you, and practice those dance steps. I ask the students to be practicing 20 minutes per week, everyone, to do that. And so if they are doing that and go through the book with you, plus go through the newsletter with you, then they should feel very confident coming into the next class that they haven't missed anything and that they are up to speed and ready to go and ready to join us with the next level of what we're teaching. So they're all ready to go. So yes, it's definitely an option, something that I do have available, and we even have a backup plan if it's not something that's going to work for you for any reason that we come across. So thank you so much for joining us today, and I really appreciate the time that you took to watch this parents reception that we never thought that I would be doing via video. So thank you so much. Goodbye. Okay, so director friends, hello. Hello, I am going to take this off of my stand here and turn it around. And I don't know how to flip it around. And my daughter, who's 12, is there. She's been helping me for several hours because it's taken me quite a few takes for the longer video. But I wanted to show you that this is what I have happening here. So I had to put a tripod on my furniture, and I had to put this all together with, this is a tripod that I use for my mom camera. This is, what are these called, Sam?
Pipe cleaner.
Pipe cleaners to make it steady. I had to move my furniture around. I had to find a place that did not have reflection. See that reflection on that blue? Because here are a bunch of windows. My home is apparently full of windows, and it is full of reflective surfaces. Oh my gosh. So I had to exactly find the right spot to be like right here and avoid this air vent and this light situation. So that took me quite a while to figure out. And then I had some lights. I have some can lights there. I had to turn those off because they were shining in the pictures. The piano light was shining in the pictures. The reflection on these was reflecting in there. It was quite the thing, but it worked out. I feel like I have something that I can send out that is going to work for me. And I mean, even I was looking at other places in my home and I'm like, oh, this bookshelf is so, this is cute. Like this chair needs to be, recovered, but this is cute. And then I'm like, oh, but we got ambitious this weekend and we painted right there and that needs a touch up. So not for this video. So there we go. That didn't quite work out and that's okay. But what I want to tell you is that this is not my comfort zone. My comfort zone is in front of people, and I don't have any experience at all with FaceTime Live except watching them, or Instagram Live, or I have been learning how to Zoom now that my children are here and they are doing karate via Zoom and their classwork via Zoom. So I didn't know anything about that prior to now, but doing a hard video, not hard, like just a straight video that's not live, is an option I think that's going to work for me, and it may work for you too. So we wanted to give you an example to jump off from, and maybe that's what would work for you. Now, if you do decide to do a Facebook Live or a Zoom, please let me know. I would be happy to jump on and support you and ask questions on there if you want me to do that. Anything where we can be there for each other as we are navigating this new normal, this never before seen situation that we are all finding ourselves in. I am happy to do that for you. So you can email me and I'll send you my cell phone number and let's talk about it. And I have had great coaches in some of the other directors, and I would be happy to do the same for you. I think we all want to be able to do that for each other when we're able. So if that's something, if you even just need somebody to pump you up, because I had my director girlfriends telling me like, yep, it's gonna be great, you're gonna do great. I was like, eh. And you know what? I got showered like a real person today, put on my work clothes, got this janky setup here, all working. I did practice yesterday just to get the location scouted out, but you know, it all worked out. It all worked out. I think people are giving a lot of grace right now because we are all in the same boat, and I just think it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be great. You'll do great. I wrote a little script for myself. I'm going to take you over there, take you on a tour of, maybe I could open those blinds now. So here is what I had. Here was the setup that I had here. So I had this little table next to me, and then I stood right here, okay? So on this table, I had my trophy, my book, a glass of water, because I usually need one during my parent reception. I had my cookies that I use, and then this was the list of questions that I wanted to be able to answer. Now, I did do my video vertically, and I know if I had done it horizontally, I would have been able to also include the cute round sign, and that would be really, really adorable. And so I think, I stand and I walk and talk a lot of the times. So I did try sitting to do this, and that was not a match. That was not a match for me. I feel more confident when I'm standing up, and so I could not figure out a way to get the sign into the thin area that I was going to be in without me completely blocking it. But if you have your round sign and you can work it in, and maybe you do choose to do a horizontal, that is probably better. I think everyone with the computer would tell you that is a better option, but it wasn't a match for me. Probably a better match for everyone else though. So work in that circle sign for sure. And then for so this was my cheat sheet for what I did with you today. But then separately, the one that I used for my longer parent reception was right here. It's not that much longer, but it did take me a few tries, and this is what I started with. This is what I started using. There were two sheets and they were side by side propped up. I couldn't see it as clearly though. I couldn't see it as clearly because it wasn't as large. So I then quickly changed over to this, and it worked out just fine. So let me know if I can help when you're doing your video. Think about the lighting, think about all of the reflective surfaces in your home. You'd be surprised how many there are, apparently. And now I know why all of the people that I follow on Instagram Live or Facebook Live, everything behind them, I've now noticed, doesn't have any reflection. Ding, ding, ding. Now I know. And I didn't have any extra lighting. I see a lot of people, those vloggers or whatever, Instagram people, they do have special lighting. I didn't have that, but I think that my phone did make the adjustment for the lighting, and it's just going to have to work. Again, I think people are giving a lot of grace during this time of us just getting something out there, our faces out there, because we are our brand, we are selling this product, and we are showing them who their child is going to have as their instructor. And it's our personality and our excitement about the program and the strength of this program that has been around for so long that is going to sell this product. So I wish you the best of luck. And again, reach out to me and I would be happy to cheerlead you on and help in any way I can. Bye-bye.